Don't ever do this if you want to respect. Have you ever felt like no matter how much you try, she just doesn't seem to respect you the way you'd hoped? It's a tough spot to be in, wondering why your efforts aren't landing. Today, we're diving into the one critical mistake you must avoid to keep a woman's respect: compromising your own value. We'll uncover the warning signs you're losing her respect, the habits that push her away, and how to become a man she naturally admires. Stick around until the end, because the final key will show you how to command respect in every relationship and live with unshakable confidence. Let's be real. Respect is the foundation of any strong relationship. Women don't respect men who give away their power, who bend too easily, or who live without purpose. When you make the mistake of prioritizing her approval over your own standards, you risk losing not just her respect, but your own. Respect starts with you. If you don't hold yourself in high regard, she won't either. Avoiding this one mistake can change how she sees you and how you see yourself. The first sign you're losing her respect is when she starts disregarding your boundaries. Maybe she ignores your time, makes demands, or dismisses your opinions. This happens when you've shown you're willing to let things slide. I knew a guy who let his girlfriend constantly interrupt his work calls because he didn't want to upset her. Over time, she stopped valuing his time altogether. If you don't enforce your boundaries, she'll see you as someone who doesn't stand for anything, and her respect fades. The second sign is when she stops engaging with you emotionally. If she used to open up, but now seems distant or uninterested, it's often because you've stopped being a man she looks up to. I saw a friend lose this connection when he started agreeing with everything his girlfriend said to avoid arguments. She pulled back because he wasn't showing strength or authenticity. Women respect men who have their own voice, not those who echo hers to keep the peace. The third sign is when she challenges you openly, almost daring you to push back. This isn't always about disrespect, it's her testing if you'll stand your ground. I remember a guy whose date teased him about his career choice in front of others. He laughed it off weakly, instead of owning it, and she later admitted she lost respect because he didn't defend his worth. If you shrink under pressure, she'll question your strength. The fourth sign is when you notice her admiration shifting elsewhere. Maybe she talks up other men friends, coworkers, or even strangers while barely acknowledging your efforts. This happens when you've stopped being a man who inspires her. I had a buddy who noticed his girlfriend praising everyone but him. He realized he'd stopped growing, letting his ambitions fade. When you're not a man on a mission, her respect drifts to those who are. Now, let's talk about the mistake you must avoid: sacrificing your self-respect to please her. This shows up in a few ways. First, you might say yes to everything, even when it goes against your values. I've been there, agreeing to plans I hated just to keep a woman happy, only to see her lose interest because I had no backbone. Another way is neglecting your own life-dropping friends, hobbies, or goals to focus on her. I saw a friend give up his music passion because his girlfriend called it a waste of time. She left anyway, and he lost both her and himself. The worst is letting her disrespect you without consequence. If you tolerate bad behavior like flakiness or insults, you're telling her you don't value yourself, so why should she? So how do you avoid this mistake and keep her respect? First, set and enforce clear boundaries. Decide what you want to tolerate, whether it as being disrespected or having your time wasted, and stick to it. Say, I value our time together, so let's both show up fully. I knew a guy who did this when his girlfriend kept canceling plans. Calmly called it out, and she started prioritizing him because he showed he mattered. Boundaries aren't about control, they're about self-worth. Second, live with purpose. Keep growing as a man, hit the gym, chase your career, or dive into something that excites you. Women respect men who are driven. I started focusing on my photography after a breakup. It didn't just boost my confidence, it drew women who admired my passion. A man with a mission is one she respects naturally. Third, stand firm under pressure. If she challenges you or tests your resolve, respond with calm strength. Don't get defensive or cave in. Saw a friend handle this well when his date teased him about his quiet nature. He smiled and said, I don't talk much, but when I do, it's worth hearing. She was impressed by his confidence. Show her you're unshaken, and her respect will grow. Fourth, prioritize your own growth over her approval. Don't rely on her to feel good about yourself. Build a life you're proud of, surround yourself with supportive friends, work on your health, pursue your dreams. I learned this after leaning too much on a girlfriend for validation. When I focused on my own path, women started respecting me more because I was complete on my own. Finally, shift your mindset. You were not here to beg for her respect. You were here to live in a way that commands it. Believe you're a man of value and don't settle for someone who doesn't see it. I've walked away from women who disrespected me, and it led to relationships with those who valued my strength. If you don't respect yourself first, no one else will. It's time to stand tall. You deserve a woman who respects you for who you are, not someone you have to diminish yourself to keep. Start today's, set one boundary, recommit to a goal, or reflect on your worth. Every step builds a man who commands respect effortlessly. If this video hits home, hit that like button and share it with a friend who needs to hear it. Let's stop giving away our power and start living as men who inspire admiration. Take action now. Your strongest self is waiting. I believe in you.